All right, we're in here with our first ban. We've got 2 teams up today. On the blue side, I believe we have ELOquent. And on the red side, I believe we've got LOLCAT and NUNCHUCKS.
Great name.
Already got our first, right? We've already got our first bans out of the way. Karma and Ari, not typical bans, so I'm assuming that these are probably target bans on somebody on the other team.
The Ari for sure. Maybe they could be banning for someone. Maybe they're planning the counter picks. Hopefully they don't pick up an Ari for someone specific.
Okay, Draven is a ban. Right on. I always love the pick and ban phase. Facebreaker, as like you can really kind of see what a team is trying to do with the comp and what their win strat could potentially be during this phase. And especially at higher levels of play, this actually can make or break the game for a team. So let's see how well that these teams have done their research here in this pick ban phase.
Oh, for sure. It'll be a mix between high priority picks and maybe they've done some research on each other. I'm not sure how much time they got for that, but I'm sure they OPGG'd a few names here.
For sure. And let's take a look at these some of these names. Oh man, Baby Powder, I love it. Volistaire, ooh, Volibear, first pick out the gate. I'm imagining that's probably a Volibear jungle. Although I will admit I haven't played as much League since he has been remade.
Mm-hmm. He's actually really good right now. His turret diving potential level 6 is actually kind of insane. But it makes it for exciting gameplay.
Solid top lane pick. They've got some late game scaling on red side.
Yeah, Ornn especially is an extremely strong pick right now. He's a pick constantly in pro play.
Let's see what they pick up as their second. Nautilus, a good strong support pick. Although last season especially it did see some popularity in the mid lane.
Oh, yep, true. Overbuffed some AP ratios, but glad that's in the past now.
Well, we'll find out today.
I believe Volley can be flexed top too, so I wonder if they're trying to keep options open here. Ban the Fiddlesticks, that's a good ban. I believe they just nerfed his laning phase power, so they're definitely targeting a Fiddle jungle.
Oh, they've got the backline dive right there with the Malphite pickup.
Oh man, I love a good Malphite. Add some spice to the team fights for sure. Not strong laning, but it pays off later.
Well, if it's a Malphite top lane, Ornn's not a very huge bully early either, so they've got some time to just farm up and collect a couple of items before they really want to start going at it. Malphite probably, if that's the top lane, Malphite will probably be looking to gank a different lane, as a full-out burst on Ornn isn't likely if Ornn plays safe.
I like the Senna ban. Senna's a strong champ with just complete lane dominance, seems like.
And they flexed it to Mordekaiser last second. Wait, you think this is a mid lane Mordekaiser?
That'd be pretty spicy.
So we're not likely to see that Nautilus go mid lane. That is most likely a Nautilus support. Yasuo ban.
Let's see if they'll stay on these picks here. They're talking with their team, taking their time with the pick.
Aphelios. I guess that would make sense, especially if we've got a ADC Aphelios player. Nautilus and the amount of lockdown that they already have on the red team have the potential to set Aphelios up for easy team fights.
Yeah, they have the CC, they have the engage. They just need some potential carries here to carry this team through.
A little bit lacking in damage, although if Mordekaiser gets rolling, he will carry the game.
Very true.
Last 2 picks for blue team. Let's see, they still haven't picked their ADC. Lulu, nice safe support, especially into something like a Nautilus. Lulu can very easily disrupt that engage, just polymorph the Nautilus out of his opener, and the ADC hopefully gets to walk away.
That's the hope. And they
Here
banned
comes their ADC pick. Okay, this is Caitlyn. Nice, strong, solid lane.
Yep, nice safe ADC. This pick will decide a few things, because, okay. So, is it Mordekaiser
There's
mid?
a wave clear. It's a Mordekaiser mid lane, I believe.
Is it... They just...
So that's Ornn top, unless it's an Ornn mid lane.
I hope it is now. That's what I want it to be.
Let's see. Lulu. So on the blue team, we've got Malphite top lane, Volibear jungle, Lulu support, Caitlyn ADC, Lux mid. I'm assuming on the red side we've got Mordekaiser mid lane, Ornn top lane, Graves ADC, Graves jungle, Sivir ADC, Nautilus support.
Yeah, that sounds right to me.
So let's take a look at these win conditions that we have here. For the blue team, it looks like they've got a lot of pick potential, and they're looking to not take big team fights that it looks like the red team wants to take. The red team has got a lot of crowd control, a lot of engage options, especially with that Sivir ult into the Nautilus hook.
Yeah.
Or even a long range engage with the Ornn ult with a Sivir ult to follow up and catch up.
Yeah, blue by far has much more bursty team fights. Red side definitely wants the sustaining team fights with the Mordekaiser, the 2 ADCs with Graves and Sivir, and of course the Ornn tank. He does percent damage and has fantastic engage, and Nautilus for all the lockdown. So quick team fights for blue side, long dragged out fights for the red side. But it may take time for the blue side to get anywhere near burst to take down people like Mordekaiser and Ornn. And Nautilus too. I mean, they're just a bunch of thick boys.
And the Mordekaiser itself poses a problem for the blue side. If Mordekaiser ults any of the blue side's engage out of the engage and just isolates them alone, the blue side all of a sudden doesn't have a very solid front line and can be picked off pretty quickly.
Yeah, and I don't see great answers for the Mordekaiser in a 1v1 situation either.
So let's take a look at the blue side's win condition. What do you think that the primary win condition for blue side would be?
I mean, they have dive potential with the Volibear for, early advantages, but like the win conditions, it's got to be, Malphite ult, of course, has to start things off. There's not a lot of great engages besides then. Got Volibear, but he's kind of questionable strong engage. He can chase people down and stun one person at a time. He can jump in the air and sit on people, but it's not quite that strong as a Malphite.
So I'm thinking that they're probably looking for an early to mid game advantage, and hopefully that's going to be enough to take care of the beginning of the later game when some of those other champions like Ornn, like Sivir, starts to get their items coming in and they start to become a problem. So if blue team really wants to press their team comp advantage, I would imagine to see a lot of aggressive early plays out of the blue team. And red team really just wants to stall it out, right? They want the team fights. They want the big engages. They want the long drawn out fights because they've got so many answers for the blue team. I imagine one of the things Caitlyn and maybe even Lux might want to rush pretty fast as a defensive item for that Mordekaiser for those team fights, as Anya's for Lux or a Quicksilver Sash for Caitlyn, to get them out of that realm and away from that monster.
Yeah, true. And hopefully, I mean, yeah, they definitely have to play away from Mordekaiser for sure, because the only person that can reliably take Mordekaiser down late game is probably going to be the Caitlyn, and that's their only answer for the later game Mordekaiser.
So hopefully they've done their research. Hopefully they know what they're doing. Volibear jungle. Okay. It looks like we do have an Ornn top lane, although support is taken, or mid lane does sometimes take teleport. I would be very surprised to see the Ornn go mid lane with the rune setups that he's chosen.
Yeah, for sure. I like the Malphite with Comet. That's great poke. Bring us an Ornn who can sustain for seemingly ever. Will it be enough?
A little bit questioning. He's going to have to press that Comet advantage early in the game before Ornn gets those defensive items or those health scaling items to basically ignore the Comet damage, right?
Yeah. But they do have a strong early ganker with Volibear, so they might be able to press an early advantage.
Perfect, and we are in. Maybe.
Looks like we're just loading in here. Yeah, Lulu Airy, Caitlyn Fleet Footwork.
Pretty typical rune choices for the rest of the teams.
Yeah, nice and safe. Which against the Nautilus, I mean, is good as long as you don't get super hard engaged on. Graves doesn't have the greatest like ganking threat. He applied a lot of damage, which I suppose with the Nautilus support can be a good 1-2 punch.
We're getting that initial couple pings from ELOquent here on the blue team, getting that spread. I would be surprised to see an invade from the blue team, as the red team does have that initial advantage in the level 1 and 2 fights.
Yeah, the Nautilus hook is undoubtedly the strongest ability level 1 here. And it could serve... Yeah, they're playing safe. There's no reason to step up here.
Oh, we got a little bit of a face check here in the bush. Some free damage onto the Malphite.
Mm-hmm.
Should be early. Oh, maybe not.
Malphite
he is going to recall.
Keys for the speed buff to run away. Recall hopefully gets back. Oh yeah, he should have time.
He's just going to stay. Might have a little bit of a cheeky bush play. Okay, nope, they're just warding against the vision. Checking where that jungler started. Both junglers starting bottom side of the map, so we might look to see some pressure top for the first couple minutes of this game. Oh, it is an Ornn mid.
My man.
It's an interesting choice. I haven't seen that recently.
Yeah, he may not enjoy the beginning stage of this game, but eventually Lux will be able to kill him.
So then the Comet from Malphite suddenly increases in value against that Mordekaiser in the top lane.
Oh, absolutely.
Mordekaiser's getting some free harass on the Malphite.
Mm-hmm. Didn't trade too well into him, but he has Biscuits, Corrupting Pots. He could stay in lane for a long time.
Early flash from Juka in the bot lane on that Lulu. Although if he had not flashed, that definitely would have been a kill secured for LOLCAT Nunchucks.
For sure. You had to take that flash. We have some trading with the mid lane. But it is an Ornn, not the greatest damage output. At least not yet anyway. His ult adds some flavor to it, but Not quite there yet.
LOLCAT NUNCHUCKS just showing up in every lane, giving that Graves a lot of freedom on where to go. And kind of putting some pressure on Volley and where to gank first. And all three of his lanes are facing a little bit of pressure.
Mordekaiser bullying Malphite up top early, down 11 CS currently. Let's see if he could sustain the lane dominance. He has a big wave crashing, maybe he can catch up.
There's that Volley Bear and that Graves pathing top lane.
They both started bot side, they've made up top lane. Oh, looks like nothing happened.
Although, if you look at the jungle difference, right now, Graves has the full clear. He's got nothing to do. Volley Bear only cleared about half of his jungle. He left those bottom camps, so Graves is ahead in terms of gold experience.
Ooh, Sivir taking some damage down here.
A little bit of a trade down the bot lane. That is going to force Sivir back, though, as she is now too low. And she started with the Cull as the first item.
Yeah, safe pick. I don't think Lulu and Caitlyn really has much kill pressure down there. So it's just a good value pick.
First back, Sivir picks up some boots and a long sword. CS number staying relatively the same across the board, except for in the top lane, which is to be expected when you have a bully like Mordekaiser in the top lane. You're going to lose some CS in the early stages of the game, especially something like a Malphite who doesn't have the greatest CSing to begin with.
No, of course not. And it's a melee matchup. It just does not play well with just such a strong laner. That's to be expected, though. Maybe you could pick it up.
Good trade from the Ornn on the Lux. For free, too. Got almost no return damage.
It was like Ornn built a Negatron cloak, so Lux does not have much of a hope to kill him in lane.
No, not at all. And it looks like Red Side has that early Dragon dominance. They will pick up that early Infernal Dragon. Really solid moves from Baby Powder on that Graves.
Yeah,
and because of the bot lane prio that they had earlier, they were allowed to just kind of roam up and take it.
Good decision making on their part. Both junglers back, re-gearing for some more clears or ganks. Let's see what they do here.
Graves is starting to pull ahead the CS by quite a significant amount, actually. He is allowed to do so because of the early pressure that his laners put out. Basically, he just had to be there for the counter gank, which he was, so nothing happened to that top lane those first couple minutes. And now he's kind of just allowed to farm up while Volley Bear is forced to kind of respond to the pressure that the Malphite's getting top lane. This Mordekaiser might actually straight up just 1v2 them.
Yeah, he oh, the Malphite turns it, almost. Oh no. Well, the red side played that pretty well. They almost turned it back on them with the Malphite ult, but could not secure it. And that was great.
Kind of an ambitious gank. Oh, Nautilus missed the hook. They trade some damage back. Nice trade from the bot lane.
Graves with 2 kills. That is a strong jungler to have 2 kills on this early.
Yeah, so we talked about some of the win conditions earlier for blue side. ELOquent was looking to get some early pressure on with those picks, and so far that's not been super successful. Everybody is kind of farming up safely and is actually pretty universally ahead in farm over their opponents for the LOLCAT NUNCHUCKS.
Oh yeah, looks like mid and bot are starting to slip now too. But mid's still fairly even.
Oh, and the Nautilus hit the hook.
Good fighting on both parts, both trading. Caitlyn's still almost at full health.
despite being technically down in gold for this lane. Ooh, we got a cheeky invade there from Eskimo Omni. He's managed to seal away Graves' blue. I believe that's actually a retaliation on his own blue. Looks like his blue is gone.
It's a good time to do that. He had backup with his support and mid laner. They were in range just in case if Graves found him when he decided to collapse. Good move on their part. The gold lead right now is about 3k in red side's favor for LOLCAT Nunchucks.
What a great name. LOLCAT Nunchucks.
It is.
Mordekaiser continuing to dominate that top lane pretty handily. Oh. Sivir flash. Alright, Graves flash. Sivir ult. Oh, the hook connects, and that is a kill for LOLCAT Nunchucks. Picked up by Sivir. That's ideal if you're LOLCAT Nunchucks. That's not so ideal if you are ELOquent. Looking for some of that early pressure. They're going to be very sad here in the team fight phase when LOLCAT Nunchucks
saw a great opportunity. Lulu stepped up too far, and they capitalized perfectly. Burned some ults, but it's still very early. Not a whole lot's happening right now.
Actually, I believe the timing of that is pretty ideal. I believe we've got Dragon coming up soon. Not quite. About 40 seconds before the next dragon.
Bullets heading top. Mordekaiser's pushed in really hard, but they have a ward. Let's see if they will do anything topside. Looks like Volley was looking, but now he is deterred.
Ooh, there's another kill picked up by Baby Powder on that Graves.
Great gank, almost got away. Grave ult, disappeared.
This is a little bit of a precarious situation if you're that Volley Bear. Yep, that's another kill picked up, and the dragon will go over to LOLCAT Nunchucks.
Little they can do. Blue side.
Yeah, unfortunately, the jungler for ELOquent should have just let that one go. He was getting collapsed on by both mid and bottom lane when he decided to try to contest that. Maybe a little bit of miscommunication there on the side of ELOquent. Ooh, and the hook from the Nautilus connects.
All damage isn't quite there. The Sivir does have sort of low health, so she does have to be careful.
Lulu does manage to trade back fairly well for the trades that they have been having in the bot side. Oh, the aggressive flash, the defensive ult from Lulu. And the kill gets picked up for LOLCAT Nunchucks. Sivir escapes with barely any health. Oh man, there's so many things happening across the map here. The Malphite did low flash in the top lane, and they did manage to pick up a kill in the mid lane on that Lux.
Great gank mid. But they're dropping Rift
That's going to be first tower in the top lane, and probably also tower in the mid lane. Not really anything that Malphite can do in that situation. Just chooses to give that one up. I believe that was the right call there.
For sure, there's no reason to give him free kill to him.
That is quite a bit of pressure still on the top side. He can't leave that tower. Ooh, the Volley Bear does manage to catch the Graves out. Let's see if he manages to secure the kill here. He does have Lulu's backup, and he is out. Graves is safe under the tower, especially with that teleport from his mid laner coming in to make
Phase
sure
rush on the
he's
Graves
safe.
gives him the speed to escape. A little scrappiness going on the top side. But Malphite does not want to continue that, as Mordekaiser wins that in time for sure.
Good trading happening back from the Lulu. Trying to let her ADC have some space to just clear up that CS and catch up a little bit.
Looks like Mordekaiser backed and bought a Leandra's Torment, which is a very good item for him. Very strong.
I believe that was an accidental dodge on the Lulu's part. I believe she was blinded by Graves when she actually stepped forward, avoiding the Nautilus hook.
Let's see if Red Side can throw around their gold advantage and do some dives here.
Looks
like
getting
Red
some
goes
good
back.
skill shots onto that Ornn. However, Ornn has too much magic resist at this point in the game for Lux to have a hope of killing him with just a few skill shots.
Yeah, the Abyssal Mask is a very good item. Simple rush into that, and Lux doesn't have much of a chance. In the 1v1 anyway. Looks like there's a steadily increase in the gold deficit, favoring LOLCAT Nunchucks.
And a lot of that gold difference is actually going to be focused in the jungle. Graves is 4-0 with almost a 50 CS lead over his opponent. Although pretty much every lane has got a sizable margin over their lane opponents at this point.
Bully tried to give Malphite a hand here and fight the Mordekaiser, but he shrugs it off, no problem.
Not deterred by very much at this point in the game. And if Mordekaiser ever did get in trouble, he has ult available. He's got all of his cooldowns. Ooh, hold on, coming back to that. That Graves just popped that Caitlyn like a balloon.
Yep, going back to how strong Graves is, the 5 kills. It looks like they're going all in on the
Forced the
Ornn.
flash out of Ornn. Ooh, nice double knockup from the Ornn though. Should be enough to keep it safe. And he is coming back in. His jungler was right there, and that's another 2 kills for LOLCAT Nunchucks.
Oh, great rotation, great teamwork by them. Setting it up, Ornn staying in the fight, keeping the hopes alive to turn it.
Unfortunately, it's not going to translate into a tower quite yet, although this next wave should be enough to secure it. Unless Malphite teleports in here. Actually, I don't know if a Malphite teleport would be enough even. They're just going to have to give this mid tower up.
Yep.
Dragon is back up. Looks like LOLCAT Nunchucks is ready for that. They're already on their way there. Sivir starts the dragon.
The double demolish on Mordekaiser Ornn make that turret very quick work. They simply knock it down and continue on their way.
Lulu trying to get some sort of control back in their own jungle. Unfortunately, their areas that they control is getting rapidly smaller, and it's going to be a little bit scary to be in ELOquent's shoes right now for anybody on the team. As stepping too far from your turret likely means death. Oh, you got a Malphite all over the wall with a...
Oh, but the Leandra's burn finishes him off. He tried to escape, but he did get the Mordekaiser flash.
That does buy a little bit of safety, at least for one of his characters or carries later on, if they do team fight.
A 10k gold lead at 17 minutes. That is a very strong lead. Let's see if they can start working on maybe closing this game out, going for big objectives. Baron's up in 3 minutes, and maybe they'll quickly rush that to try to finish
They have
off.
rotated their mid lane to the bot lane to just try to hold that tower, allowing Sivir some time to push up. Sivir, of course, being very good at the wave clear, will probably pressure that mid lane quite quickly. Nice skill shot from Lux on the Mordekaiser. Unfortunately, I don't think that's going to be enough. That Mordekaiser is very scary. Oh, he manages to still pick up the kill on the Lux. He's kiting them out for right now. He's got his jungler on the way. manages to body block. Oh, and the Lulu comes in from behind, picks up the kill.
Oh, Secret Agent Lulu on the job. Sneaking in there, igniting, walking away.
Drive-by. Best kind of drive-by by the support. Shout out to support players everywhere.
We're getting the rift before the Baron pops up. This will add a crazy amount of pressure to the map.
And this is actually the second rift of the game, so they managed to secure that first one. They are ready to pressure that second one. That dragon is coming up here in about 3 minutes. And LOLCAT NUNCHUCKS groups up mid. Looks like they're gonna use that. Not quite. Ooh, the face check into the jungle and support. That is a very fed Graves though, and he doesn't look like he really cares that much.
He's very strong. Lots of survivability with the red smite as well.
And they just clean up that team fight very easily. Oh, the Lux does get one return kill. There's one consolation prize, but 4 members from LOLCAT NUNCHUCKS are up. They have the Rift Herald. They are definitely getting at least 2 or 3 towers, maybe even 4.
Good team fight on their part. They do have a gold lead, so maybe the fighting was a bit in their favor, but they only lost 1 member in a 4v5, I believe. They just went in there, they just cleaned up. Did a good job. Graves dropping Rift bot side, tanking turret.
So there's 3 turrets. Mordekaiser's working on that 4th. He might actually get this.
We'll see if he sticks to it. He's getting chased down though, but I don't think he's scared of much right now. Sivir above him for backup.
Allows the Ornn in the bot lane to take that turret down there. Lux had to ult just for wave clear and still didn't manage to save the turret.
Mordekaiser and the Ornn just splitting him in half. They can't decide on who to go for.
And they can't really go for just one person. They have to all go down. Like, there's no way that at this point in the game they're going to just send 2 people to kill either one of those players.
No, it's going to take an army to knock down Mordekaiser at this point.
And that looks like what they're going to try to do. They're setting it up. However, Mordekaiser can just ignore the entire team fight and ult the Lulu into his Realm of Death. Buys some time. Ooh, nice flash from the Lux. They finally managed to take him down, but the resources they expended to take him down leave them with almost nothing for the next team fight.
While Ornn just slowly whittles away on the inhibitor. Mission to burn down Baron.
And I think this is pretty solidly in one LOLCAT NUNCHUCKS favor.
Oh yeah, for sure. They played super well in laning phase, slowly built up leads, rotated, collapsed when they needed to be.
They had some pretty clear communication.
Oh, might sneak this dragon. They're down, but Graves and Sivir coming down bot side.
And then a Malphite ult. They are trying to. Ooh. If that ult had connected, they did manage to pick up at least 1 dragon, so they didn't go out just laying on their backs. Lux does manage to pick up the kill, however she is going to die, and they are going to give the game away for that 1 dragon.
And the pentakill goes to Sivir.
Did she get a pentakill? Oh wow, that is a fed.
Solid play on their part.
Wow.
Sivir picking up all the kills.
Very well coordinated team fight, very well coordinated game from LOLCAT NUNCHUCKS.
Yeah, very solid game throughout. Picking up objectives, collapsing, communicating, like you said. Solid effort on their part.
And at this point, all they really need to do is just walk this in. waiting for the next minion wave. Might as well take another inhibitor while they're at it. And they've got that top wave primed if they wanted to take that turret and inhibitor as well. There goes the turret, last inhibitor. And it's just a matter of dotting their I's, crossing their T's. They're not taking any big risks. They know they've got the win. Being very patient with closing this game out.
Yep, playing it slow, just walking in. No rush.
And here comes the dive. One knock up onto Lux. Malphite ult retaliate. Lux actually gets a really good ult. Unfortunately, it's too far gone in the game to make much of a difference. And that's the final couple towers right there, and there goes the Nexus. Very good game for LOLCAT Nunchucks. What a game.
Yep. Good game. The beginning felt fairly even, but the lead just snowballed out of control, and LOLCAT Nunchucks just walked in the victory.